Let me tell you something. In life, we all get punched. We hit the ground, our dreams scattered around like the remains of a party gone horribly wrong. We're crushed by the weight of failure. You can feel every broken bone, every shredded fiber of ego. But it's exactly there, on that filthy, lonely floor, that the real fight begins. Look, when we fall, when everything collapses around us, that's when we're forced to see things as they really are. We lose what we never should have held on to so tightly, and ironically, that's where freedom appears. You're now unshackled, without any chains holding you down. And it's at this moment, stripped of illusions, that you truly understand who you are, what you want, and that everything we call failure is actually a beginning. The first step on a journey you'd never have the guts to start if you still had something to lose. Life is a sequence of ups and downs. Don't be fooled. For every victory, every smile, you're going to pay the price of defeat at some point. It's like a tab you can never quite pay off. But that failure, that bitter defeat, it's a lesson, and one you'll only understand if you decide to embrace it instead of running away. Feel the pain, feel the impact, but never let it define who you are. Don't hang your head. Every fall is a chance, a springboard. Because while ordinary people, weak people, shrink back, we turn every defeat into fuel. We don't lower our heads. Failure becomes our best friend, a loyal companion reminding us that the real worth lies in who gets back up, not in who avoids the fall. Expectations. Society is full of them, isn't it? From childhood, you're taught to want more, to chase success, to please, to impress. And when reality doesn't live up to those expectations, the world falls apart. Of course it does, but it only crumbles for those who still haven't grasped the nature of freedom. I'll tell you, what others think means nothing. Their expectations are the prison you live in without even realizing it. Let go of those chains. Set yourself free. Rewrite your story. Society says you should hang your head when things don't go right. But to hell with society. Who are you when no one's watching? That's the real you. And in that space, where you let go of all these restraints, you can fail without fear. Suddenly, failure isn't an end. It becomes a mold, a tool to build something new. Losing everything isn't a sentence, it's a chance. Failing sets you free to be anything, free to explore whatever you want. It's in that emptiness, that void left by defeat, that you find your true potential. Failure puts you in a position where, finally, you can live without fear of what others will think. It's a bridge to a new world, a place where you don't have to pretend that everything's okay. And I'm telling you, losing everything is the best thing that can happen to you. It's only when you're completely empty that you can fill yourself with something real. So, what is success really? Society sells you this idea that success is a new car, a nice house, status. But that's all smoke, my friend. It's an illusion. Success is living in line with who you are. No excuses, no pretending. Failure is what forces you to reconsider what matters, to understand that true victory is being at peace with yourself, even if the rest of the world hates you. True victory is having the courage to be authentic, to walk with your head held high, even when the world wants you on your knees. And life is this. You face the abyss, you throw yourself in, and suddenly, you learn to fly. And this transformation, it only happens when you've lost everything. Let go of everything. Objects, fears, mental restraints. Every failure is a chance to leave behind what no longer serves you. And when you let go of these things, these beliefs, these weights, you finally find room for something new. That's freedom. It's in that release that true strength emerges. And man, celebrate it. Celebrate failure, because it's what's going to shape you into something you can't even imagine. After the fall, after the cold floor, that's when you discover what you're really made of. And that strength, it only shows up for those who don't give up. Don't be afraid to fail. This is part of the process. It's part of what makes you stronger, more real, more human. Because while others are pretending to be invincible, you're growing, learning, evolving. That's the real victory, the one no one can take from you. Failure, it forces us to look ourselves in the eye. When we're far from others' expectations, we start to see who we really are. And this journey, though solitary, is where you truly find yourself. Let loneliness embrace you. Pain isn't a punishment, it's a revelation. It's only there, alone, that you can confront your fears, your insecurities, and discover what drives you. It's in that space that true transformation happens. And then, when you look inside, you find a strength you didn't even know was there. Every failure is a new line in your story, a path leading to a life that's more real, more authentic. Starting over is for the brave, only the courageous. Those who dare to begin again after seeing everything collapse are the ones who truly know the value of freedom. When you let go of what held you down, you start seeing the world with new eyes. Starting again isn't for the weak. Every step you take, every new attempt, is a declaration of independence. While others settle for what they were given, you're the one making the rules. And that courage, that spark that so few have, is what sets you apart. What turns life into a journey full of possibilities. Accept your failures, and you'll be free. We're not talking resignation. We're talking peace. When you accept that life is a cycle of highs and lows, you find the serenity people spend their whole lives searching for. Peace comes from understanding that by embracing each experience, you're no longer a victim. Freedom lies in navigating that pain, that uncertainty, with dignity. In the end, you learn that true strength is in acceptance, and acceptance is the gateway to new experiences, to a life that's truly worth living. And you know what? Every defeat is a chance for authenticity. With every fall, you lose a bit of the mask that was forced on you. Authenticity isn't a destination, it's a choice. You decide whether to live truthfully or hide. And in seeking authenticity, you find people who resonate with your true self, experiences that make life worthwhile. And when you understand this, life becomes richer, more intense, because you're living, really living, not just surviving. Adversity is the ground where we grow. Every challenge you face is an invitation to transformation. Don't shrink from failure. It's on this path of pain that true strength is forged. And when you survive the storm, you emerge as someone the entire world should fear. Because those who survive pain fear nothing. And time? It's a friend. As days go by, you start seeing everything clearly. Scars that once hurt now tell stories. And that wisdom, that peace, it only comes with time. It shows you that every experience shapes who you are. Gratitude. It's not just about being thankful when things go well. It's about looking back and seeing every failure as an essential piece of your story. Be grateful. Every fall, every mistake brought you here, shaped you. And when you finally understand this, pain turns into power. The future is a blank canvas, a promise of new beginnings. It's in that space of freedom that the bravest ones dive. Because failure is an invitation to the unknown, and only those who embrace this adventure, who leap without looking back, find true freedom.